This is kind of nuts, this story. An NLRB staffer claimed that DOGE not only accessed data from his agency, but took a substantial amount of sensitive data with it. And perhaps maybe Russia tried to get access to it? The most shocking allegations came from Bakaj, who not only claimed that the accounts based in Russia were using newly created DOGE usernames and passwords to access sensitive data, but also directly tied the effort to Elon Musk and his Starlink concerns, which has a relationship with the Kremlin. Yikes. So this is Daniel Berulis, and he was on CNN with his attorney, Andrew Bakaj. So let's watch what the hell is going on.
We reached out to the White House about your claims, which obviously were made public when you to Congress. You got this statement, quote, "It is months old news that President Trump signed an executive order to hire DOGE employees at agencies and coordinate data sharing. Their highly qualified team has been extremely public and transparent in its efforts to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse across the executive branch, including the National Labor Relations Board," unquote. What's your response to that?
So I believe that if that was true, we would have access to the code that they're running. We would be able to see these things that they're hiding. I don't believe that there's transparency, and that's all I'm asking for here.
So that's Daniel, the NLRB whistleblower, and that's his lawyer. And basically the statement that CNN got was, this is old news that, like, yes, we're accessing databases, but we're doing everything transparently. And Daniel is like, no, you're not, because nobody knows what methodology you're using or how, like, and last we checked, your administration was using Signal. Oh yeah. And DOGE, by the way, Google Docs, guys, they're using Google Docs. This is true. They're using fucking Google Docs.
Andrew, give us the view, the 30,000-foot view here, because obviously this data could be beneficial to others, either corporations or even a foreign actor with malign intention. How do you know that?
So we know that because the information that the National Labor Relations Board looks at are basically corporate documents and things that involve unions. So there's a lot of sensitive corporate information that is included within this, which, yes, could be of interest to Elon Musk, but at the same time, they're of interest to our foreign adversaries. I'd like to step back for a moment and talk about what the larger implication is here. So this is happening at the NLRB, at the National Labor Relations Board. But Dan is brave enough to come forward, and there are others within the government that I've talked to and that we've talked to who have seen something identical as this. There are two data points that I want to point out that should give everybody pause. The first thing, what Dan witnessed, was that within 15 minutes of DOGE employees creating user accounts, i.e. usernames and passwords, within 15 minutes of those accounts being created, somebody or something from Russia tried to log in with the right username and right passwords. That is to say, the right credentials. And that happened.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Within 15 minutes of these new usernames being created, something or someone from Russia logged into them. It's got to be good to be Putin. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're having a bad day, just think about it. What if you were like Vladdy? Like Vladdy, everything's good in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Everything's good for him. It's amazing. It's amazing how this guy keeps winning. All he does is win, straight up. This is the exact thing, and again, I would beg of the people who think that the Russiagate stuff was overblown to once again look at the facts on the ground. Pay attention. Just because Jake Tapper, who I don't support in any other capacity, is doing this story doesn't mean that shit is not real and, oh my God, someone from Russia is accessing NLRB data and our data vis-a-vis DOGE, vis-a-vis the untrained team of virginal Nazis who think that we should normalize Indian hate. Ooh, who now have access to all of our information. Happy late tax day.
Over 20 times. The second data point, which
over 20 times. Oh my God.
Username and right passwords. That is to say, the right credentials. And that happened over 20 times. The second data point, which is really critical, is that DOGE has also been using Starlink as a means to exfiltrate data. What that means is that, from our understanding, that Russia has a direct pipeline of information through Starlink, which means that anything going through Starlink is going to Russia. We also know that this is not unique to the NLRB. This is happening government-wide. And then the other thing that I wanted to flag for everybody is that right now, and I don't want to say that this is intentional, it could be very well have been a mistake, is that critical infrastructure databases in many government agencies, as we understand it, have been exposed to the open internet, which includes critical databases at the Department of Energy, which includes a lot of our nuclear regulatory agency material.
God.
So right now, the real concern is that this is not unlike Chernobyl and all of the control panels lighting up after the meltdown. This is serious, and I just want to commend Dan for coming forward to bring this to everybody's attention, because this really is the tip of the iceberg.
Cool story, bro, but like, you said Russia, and that's not real. It's not real. I choose to believe this is not real. I choose to believe that, Russian hackers aren't getting access to our American government databases that oversee nuclear programs, energy programs, worker programs. I choose to believe you're full of it, okay? So there. And I will continue to take some Kremlin cash to downplay the Russian war on Ukraine. Thank you very much. Fucking wild, y'all. That's fucking wild. Like, just think of the worst thing. Think of the worst thing you could possibly imagine. Trump's doing it. Like, worst thing, it's happening. It's happening right now. Posing in front of a massive detention center or prison for your TikTok, happening. Libs of TikTok, Chaya Raichik deploying with ICE to go round people up, happening. Women dying from miscarriages, bleeding out in their cars, being denied abortion care, happening. Russia getting access to all of our sensitive data and information through their Manchurian candidate and his bro friend, his rich friend Elon Musk, happening. Look, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but like, do we believe in free and fair elections? Like, is that going to keep happening? They're going to be elections. Will they be free? Will they be fair? I don't know. Or will they be a little, teach us how to Putin?
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.